Guys, the reason we gathered here today is that we really feel an importance of making sure that we stay centered and in our heart space and coherent and grounding some peace. I don't really watch any of the news, and I've been trying to not be on social media too much, but it threads in our lives one way or another where we can see and hear or hear from other people that just like the astrology promises, the world is in a bit of an uproar. And there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of chaos in the collective field. And, just studying the astrology, this is meant to happen. It's meant to bring truth to light. It's meant to agitate and bring old systems to the surface that need to be revealed and collapsed. And it's a process and a journey. And I know I wanted Stephanie to come on and kind of share some of the energies that she had tapped into, where we were both I'm looking at the astrology, she's reading the energy fields, and we were like, woo, what can we do about this? And we have a big corridor of energy coming up starting January 26th through kind of into March, where the astrology is pretty intense and also can be exciting, but it's a lot. There's a lot going on that is essentially developing, the new future human, the new humanity. And I'm sure, just like always, we exist in a quantum reality where there's many, many, many timelines. And so we wanted to get together and kind of remind ourselves that we can create the timeline we want to be in. We can contribute if it feels like you feel helpless and there's nothing you could do to stop certain situations or make things better that are bigger than us, like, war or violence in places. That what we can do is be aware of where we place our attention, our energy, and our focus. And in our own personal fields, we can be a resonance that can contribute in a more positive way. So that was the intent, to start to gather weekly and just really try to have each other to come to get support if we need it, but to also keep anchoring peace into the field. And this call tonight is not meant to stimulate any fear whatsoever. In fact, we really want to do the opposite. But we did want to bring an awareness of the energies and an awareness of the increasing energies to come. And then return to ourselves, raise our frequency, come back to joy, come back to peace, come back to centeredness, and then continue through our weeks to just keep radiating that out and figure out a practice in a way that we remind ourselves every day to return to center and return to peace, and to pray for peace in every timeline. Despite what needs to happen, I trust that there's a divine plan for all of this. And so, Steph, do you want to kind of share whatever it is you would like to share that you've kind of tuned into?
Yeah.
Without
So
scaring
yeah,
the off of
to
everyone?
to Liv's point, like again, I think this is a year that you personally can expand in big ways and have huge opportunities, and a lot of great things can come for people this year. But like when you feel into the collective energy, it's a little different. And I will say there's an energy building right now, and I feel it coming in. I do my own meditation daily, and I just feel this energy coming in. And I've also learned through my practice that I start to get really bizarre dreams, and I don't sleep as well when something chaotic is going to happen. And my dreams don't always make sense. And the truth is, I decided it's not worth trying to predict what's about to come, because I don't know if any of us are going to be able to truly predict it, because we're talking about a time that I don't know that we understand. Like, very similar to COVID, it would have been hard to predict our world is going to shut down. Like, things will shut down. I think we could say there could be illness, but I don't know if any of us could have understood, because we just had never really experienced it in our lifetime. That's kind of what it feels like we're walking into, is something that we almost can't predict to the T. And almost like the message is like, you don't need to, almost like there's not a way to prepare anyway. So the truth is, like, staying calm in it, understanding that it's okay, and just knowing that it's coming is actually the best way that we can prepare ourselves. But it does feel chaotic, and it feels a little dooming, and I feel it coming in towards my heart space. So it feels almost as if my heart will break. So it does feel emotional. So we're going to be emotionally tied to something that's going to be shaken up and moved through. And when I say chaotic, I can't explain that enough. The doom is just the best word that I can use. And again, not to scare, but very similar to the monks walking for peace. We need to do our part and come together as the largest collective as we can and offer up that love and that peace. And so I think more than ever, it's so important. And we need to put this into practice as a community. So Liv was like, yes, got you. Like, let's, I told her, I said, I'm not really good at protesting. She's like, me neither. I'm like, I'm really good at meditating. Well, let's offer that up to the world. And it is a really powerful practice. So we have a lot coming at us. And truly, I still think that this is slightly a foreshadowing and not a foreshadowing. This is the start of it, is what it feels like. We're about to hit the start of it. And it's not worth predicting, but it absolutely is worth understanding that it is the start of nothing being quite the same again, um, or at least never going back to what it was. And it's going to take, we're going to have, it's going to be a storm to get us where we're going. It's like the best way to say it. That sounds really negative. Say something positive, Liv.
Well, great. Change is the only
Amen.
No, it is important to stay out of fear, and I think this is where I like astrology to see that there's a divine plan for all of it. I've been anticipating something really big for the last 2 years as I look ahead to the end of January and into February. And every time I do look at it, I do see, there's always both sides of anything that could happen. There's always the really negative polarity and the really positive polarity. And I think the one thing I wanted to remind us, is that change is inevitable, and what we need to change in the world, and particularly in the United States, what we're going through right now, we are having like a Pluto return, a Uranus return. There's a lot of loops that we're coming back to right now that we have the opportunity to expand or contract with. And so some of this, when I look at astrology, looks like, this is meant to happen at a divine level, like it's laid out in the stars, and the energies present are meant to transform our society, our education systems, our government systems, our worldview. And I know that on the other side of all of this intensity is peace. We're at the end of the Kali Yuga, which is the darkest era of humanity. We are at the end of a 26,000 year cycle of the precession of the equinoxes, and there's many other cycles that we're at the end of that are all kind of converging at the same time. Which anytime you're releasing and shedding and letting go, that can feel extra challenging. And so, I think it really is going to be our perspective and where we place our attention and focus, that is going to be our experience. And so I do want to remind everybody that while, there is a timeline for some chaos or destruction or compassion events that do stimulate our heart, it is very much true that we are, science and quantum physics is really teaching us that we have the ability to co-create our reality. We have the ability to raise our own frequency and therefore experience what it is that matches our own vibration. And so while it can seem like a selfish practice that you might be raising your vibration so that you don't experience the yuck, or that maybe it's just a little bit distant from you, but the more of us that do that, the more we push out the chaos around us, and the more people around us can magnetize towards our frequency. So it is a quantum event whenever you do spend time and effort on your practices, your centering, connecting with nature, breath work, really spending time in your heart space. And if you are feeling stimulated by the events in the external world, it's even more important to come back into your inner world and check on your conditions, or get support, talk to a friend, share your emotions, cry and let them out, but don't let it get stuck in our bodies because that changes our frequency and therefore contributes to the field of chaos. So if our bodies are in chaos, we just add to it. So if we want to diminish the chaos, we have the power to do so. We absolutely do. And I think that is a belief that's important to kind of come back to right now. Would you say that that feels accurate, Stephanie? I mean, do you feel, yeah.
Yeah, I think on some degree there's going to just be a level of chaos because we can't get to the other side without it. And I think to Liv's point, what I would rather have is like a chaos that doesn't involve as much human suffering. Or so I think the more love we can put out, the more we can skip over certain things too. And that's what we have to kind of believe in. I think if there's a lack of food or weird banking system stuff, I am much more down with that than people getting hurt. So it's also a little bit just for humanity. I think they need an uplifting. And right now, with the way our news is and the way our information is being fed, it is fed to frighten people. And so they need us, not just us, but like they need people sending out love in the world. We need to raise the vibration for those who cannot see outside of their level of consciousness right now to help them expand even. I mean, it just feels very, very important.
Yeah. So I know for me, chanting is my go-to. I love to sit and play music, or even in the car or the house, turn on music. I love to sing. That completely shifts my energy. If I have a lot of anxiety stirring up, I love to sing. I love to go in nature, take a walk in the woods. I mean, it immediately just decompresses everything. So find a practice that is your go-to so that when you're caught up in something or feeling that your vibration being pulled lower and sinking into, headline news or stories or chaos or even compassion when things are happening, maybe not around you, but near you or friends that or families or other, even all the way across the planet. We're not disconnected from anyone. So when you do feel those, like have something that is your number one or your top three go-tos that you can shift your body. And again, this is not to turn a blind eye or to bypass anyone's suffering. This is to feel like, if I feel helpless, what can I do to contribute to peace? And it is peace in your own body. And to come into prayer, right? Pray for everybody in every timeline that we choose the highest and best possible timeline with the least amount of suffering and the most amount of expansion that we can all learn and grow and do better. So thanks for sharing. And I really don't want to come on here and scare anyone, but it feels pretty obvious to me. If you just look around in the world, you can feel it. I mean, I can really just feel it without even reading any news. I'm just like, man, I text Stephanie and I'm like, what is going on? I can feel this intensity.
Well, no, I texted Liv. I'm like, what should I be? What's coming in? Like, show me the astrology because something is. And she's like, girl, girl.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to say, like, I've really gotten the message to not predict, but I have gotten the message to know it's coming. So I still feel like knowing is the power that we hold right now. Knowing is all that we need to know. And then trusting that we will be taken care of. We will have what we need. And trying to control would be trying to prepare too much stuff. And that's the opposite energy almost that we want. So it's like knowing that it's coming is the exact preparation that we need. Now we can sit, we can meditate into it. We can send those prayers. We can find that time to ground ourselves when needed. Because we already know chaos is going to erupt. That's okay. We're going to have everything that we need. We're going to check out when it gets too much. And we're going to send love out. We're going to send love to even those who maybe are against our political party or those who, maybe we don't love Iran or and we're going to send love regardless, just out to everybody, because again, we need to stop being as divided.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, of course, I just want to almost podcast with you and ask you a million questions, but then that would be too many prediction type stuff. So we'll leave it at that. I don't think we need to spend any energy envisioning anything in particular. So I think that is a perfect way to say it. So let's go ahead and gather in meditation. And even if you couldn't join us tonight, I will share this video so that you can meditate with us later, or maybe even use it every day this week until we meet again the next time. But if you can take a moment to find a comfortable seat And let yourself just kind of arrive in your body. Let's go ahead and do a couple head rolls just to kind of stretch any tension in the neck and relax the head. Whenever you feel ready, you can just let your eyes gently close. Allow your body to settle into the support beneath you, your chair, the floor, or the earth. You might even open and close your jaws a few times so you can relax your face, lift and lower your brows. And let's take these next couple of breaths as if we could use the breath to just kind of rinse the mind. So whatever we've shared today, we're just going to purify any busyness or any worry, any fear. Just bringing in the divine breath. No need to change it, just sweeping out the mind. And relaxing the shoulders. Letting your body know that it's safe to be here now. And the hands can relax to your lap, either palms up for a receptive energy or palms turned down for grounding, or you can rest one hand in the other, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we gather today not from fear, but from remembrance. Remembrance that peace is not passive. Peace is a frequency, and each of us is a living transmitter of that frequency. And as you continue to breathe, softening the belly, you can imagine roots extending from the soles of your feet deep into the earth. Feel yourself grounded, supported, connected to something ancient and steady. Now bring one or both hands to your heart and feel the rhythm here. A steady pulse and that quiet, intelligent life moving through you. And from this heart space, allow your mind to drop a little deeper in. You're welcome to keep your hand here if you'd like, or you can relax it back to your lap. We'll spend a few moments just raising our frequency by either thinking of your happy place or some of your favorite joyful memories, or you can even offer a gratitude practice for whatever is going well in your life, or whatever brings you joy, whatever excites you, whatever you're dreaming up. Anytime I think of these joyful memories or things that make me smile, I can feel a little place right within my heart that is like where you feel the first inkling of feeling. It's like a little swelling of emotion. Continue to breathe into your heart space, allowing a gentle warmth to begin to glow. And this is your inner field of peace. And as the world feels louder, faster, more charged, we choose to return to center. We choose coherence over chaos, and presence over reactivity. Continuing to allow that love and joy and gratitude to swell in your heart. And with each in-breath, draw peace into your body. And with each exhale, let tension dissolve. Now visualize this calm presence expanding beyond your body, your personal field gently widening, filling the space around you with ease, steadiness, and compassion. We are not here to fix the world, but we are here to stabilize the field. Where attention goes, energy flows, and today, and each day hereafter, we place our attention on peace. And as you reside in your heart space here, breathing into your own peaceful field within your body, around your body, stabilizing, growing bigger and brighter, begin to imagine countless timelines unfolding. Some heavy, some uncertain, some already turning toward healing. And see your heart's light extending across time and space, touching every single one of these timelines, infusing each one with clarity, compassion, and well-being. You can repeat in your mind quietly, peace in every timeline. Peace in every timeline. Peace in every body. Peace in every body. Peace in every place. Peace in every place. If images of the world arise, conflict, unrest, suffering, meet them not with fear, but with love. Like a steady flame that does not flicker in the wind. An unshakable, undissolvable force field of love radiating from your heart space, encapsulating pure peace. And continue to silently repeat, I choose peace. I anchor peace. I feed the field love. I am peace. I am love. And feel the collective presence of everyone here. Different lives, different paths, one shared intention. And together we create coherence. Together we remind our nervous system of humanity, what peace feels like. And allow yourself to rest here just a few breaths, trusting that this matters. Trust that subtle work is very powerful work. And trust that love moves in ways that we cannot always see. Continue to maintain your awareness in your heart space, your field of peace. Breathing in, breathing out in a relaxed state of being. I anchor peace. I feed the field peace. I am peace. I am love. And a few minutes of silence to be in this peaceful field, allowing it to grow and expand. You might notice your heart field growing bigger and brighter. If it feels safe for you to do so, you can continue to see it expand outside of your house, your space, enveloping your city. And continue breathing into it until you see it seeding the grid of the whole planet. I am breathing in peace. I am breathing out peace. I am love. Together, we anchor coherence. Peace in every timeline. Peace in every space. Peace in every body. Peace on earth. And whenever you're ready, you can gently start to bring your field in back towards your body, bringing awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to your seat, back to this moment. And intending to carry this peace with you, let it inform your words, your choices, your presence. Peace is contagious, and today we choose to spread it quietly, steadily, intentionally, and we will keep weaving it into the field in every timeline. And I'm deeply grateful for each one of you for adding your love, your light, your energy, and your presence. And when you feel ready, slowly begin to open your eyes, returning back to our group. Thank you so much, you guys.
That was so beautiful. While I was in meditation, something that kept coming to me was our oceans and our land and our trees and our flowers. They need us to send them the same amount of peace and love. It's not just the people. So imagine that in when we do the meditation in our bubbles as well.
Yeah, I kind of was envisioning that when I was saying in every place. I was picturing
Yeah,
every little nook and cranny, rock, stone, river.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
beautiful. Well, thank you for taking time to join together tonight. And, let Stephanie and I know if you need anything, if you need any support, and we'll gather again. I think next Thursday, if that works again. If not, we'll post it in the group if the day or time changes for any reason. But I feel really peaceful right now.
Me too.
I'm just really wound up and I feel really calm right now. So I hope you guys do too. All right. Well, thank you. Y'all have a good rest of your week and weekend. I think it's supposed to be cold this weekend, so we get to snuggle up. I got to go get all my plants and bring them in. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.